Hello fans, and welcome to another edition of ODU Extra Point. I am your host, Kyle Tisdale. Today, I will be talking about my beloved Cleveland Browns and why I still believe by some miracle there's an outside hope that we can actually still make the playoffs. Like any good Cleveland fan, if our record is around 500 and we are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, there's always at least a little bit of hope. Most fans expected us to already be hoping for the first pick in the NFL draft. And after the Trent Richardson trade, which had everybody giving up on the season, it certainly seemed it was heading that way. Then, by some unknown miracle, the Browns actually managed to roll off a 3-game winning streak with Brian Hoyer as their quarterback, which of course got people saying that playoff word again. But then, us Browns fans were quickly brought back to reality and reminded these last 2 weeks of why we are the infamous Cleveland Browns, dropping both games. So, going into Week 8 of the season, the Browns still have hope to make a playoff spot. They currently sit tied for second in their division with the Ravens, who are both 2 games back of the Cincinnati Bengals. If Cleveland can manage to find a person behind the center that can hit a wide-open receiver or not throw backhanded fadeaway passes late in the game that many people refer to as one of the worst passes in the history of the NFL, and you know who I'm referring to when I talk about that pass, Brandon Weeden, they might actually still have a shot of making the playoffs. Their offense currently sits in the bottom 12 of the NFL in nearly every statistical category, while the defense ranks in the middle of the pack, ranking 16th in points allowed per game. However, I do not believe the defense will be what holds back the Browns from making the playoff run. As it is well documented, the Browns in the last 14 years of their existence since they came back have had 20 different quarterbacks start a game for them. This Sunday, that list will grow even larger to 21, as Jason Campbell has been announced the starter for this Sunday. It is mind-boggling to me and every other Cleveland Brown fan that in 14 years and now 21 different starting quarterbacks, we have not found one that can consistently play. But through all this turmoil in a season that on Sunday will have already seen 3 different starting quarterbacks for our beloved Cleveland Browns, we somehow still have a shot to make the playoffs, which is a miracle in itself. So maybe, just maybe, if our now starting quarterback Jason Campbell can somehow manage to be the first Browns quarterback this season to have a completion percentage above 60%, which should not be that hard when 20 other teams in the league have quarterbacks that throw above 60%, while the Browns rank dead last at 52%, then maybe the Browns can rattle off another winning streak, but we will see. We are not asking for our quarterbacks to be like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. We know that is way too much to ask from Santa during our hopeful playoff run in December. If we are not eliminated by then. But can't you at least be an okay quarterback, not the worst in the league? And for that is done with my ODU Extra Point.